Welcome to Hotel Talk. We hope you enjoy listening to this friendly conversation between people connected by real life in hotels. Welcome to Hotel Talk. Today, I'm very, very proud and happy to have with us one of our most valued members of our team and our family. That is our executive chef, Elias Elia. Just to give you a short intro into Elias and his career with us, he has been with us now for 35, going on 36 years. He started with us as a very young man in the kitchen and rose very, very quickly to become not just our executive chef, but a true leader of the team. He runs 8 restaurants now, cooks for maybe over 2,000 people on some days, heads our weddings and banqueting department with the food, and so much more. So without further ado, here he is, Mr. Elias himself.
Hi.
Hi. Elia, I'm going to start with maybe a tricky question, but a very personal one, and ask you to tell us a little bit about your background, about how you grew up, and about how you decided and ended up getting into hotels and becoming a chef.
Okay, it was a long time ago in 84. I went to Germany. I studied hotel management, and then I make my training in Switzerland with one of the best chefs in Arambella Sheraton Hotel. And then I moved to China for 1 month.
How was that?
China, I've been there in 1993. In Switzerland, I've been 1991. In China, that time was only Coca-Cola and McDonald's at that time. But now China is boom. I mean, it's no. And then when I finished my study, I applied for a position in Sheraton 4. And I start from the lower position in the kitchen. That's why I know everything.
Well, that's definitely a great way to do it, literally from bottom up.
Nice. It's like, in Germany, if you want to be F&B manager in Europe, if you want to be F&B manager, you have to be at least chef de partie in the kitchen. Otherwise, you are not F&B. I mean, you have to know the
full operation of the kitchen.
And you have to know the food. I mean,
well, it is the backbone, yeah.
Okay, many people, they ask me why I didn't follow to go to be a manager in the hotel. Actually, I love my job. I love cooking.
And what is it that you love about being a chef, about the kitchen?
It's the most important thing is the creativity and to try new things, you know. If you are out from the 1 year, I've been out of the kitchen as F&B manager. When you go back there 1 year, I mean, it's not an easy, you know. You don't follow. If you don't follow, you don't follow. You are out. That's why the most of the people, I mean, GMs, F&B, they go out from the business 2-3 years, and after they lost if they go back. It's running very fast. I mean,
it's evolving so quickly, the whole industry.
To be a cook or to be a chef, you have to love it. Otherwise, you can make it. And you have to read a lot, and you have to travel a lot.
To get ideas, you mean, to be inspired?
And then, me, myself, I go to England many times. It helps me a lot. It's because my kids are there. And in London and New York, I mean, they are years different. I mean, it's not. And if you want to have new ideas, and you have to travel. When I went to Thailand, I was shocked. You know, it's not. It's different. If you stuck here in a hotel and you don't follow the thing,
the latest trends.
No, the latest.
And would you say that it's important to be unafraid of failure? Because your job is one that is so creative, and you might try a dish and it might not work, it might just not taste nice, or you might think it's amazing and the customers might not like it. And I'm sure that happens to every single chef out there. How would you, what's your view on that?
Like if you want to change a restaurant or if you want to create a menu, you have to know the nationality of the people. Let's say if you plan a gala dinner, we do it once, and as a main course you put duck. I mean, duck is not acceptable for everybody. I mean, you have to think what the most of the people want to have as a main course or as a first course. You have to, and comes out from the experience, from the years. And if you wanna change a restaurant, this is a big thing.
How would you go about changing? Because I mean, obviously, you and I have worked together for many, many years. We've changed many restaurants. You've come up with some ideas that have been fantastic. How would someone go about changing an existing restaurant, gathering that knowledge and moving forward?
The easiest way is to follow the trends, the fashion, let's say. But you have to know your clientele. I mean, in the business you work. And then you sit in the night and you're thinking what is missing from this place. That's why we make the street food restaurant.
Well, I was going to give that as an example. So just for the listeners to know, we have one restaurant in our resort, which is called Splash, which is a street food concept restaurant.
A street food edition.
Street food edition. And when Elias first came up with this idea, this is very much his baby, I have no problem saying that I was surprised and very, very cautious about launching such a theme. And I was like, no. I think we should do something else. And then finally I caved. Elias really pushed the case. And I said, you know what, fine, but it's on you. Like, you do it. You prove that this is going to work. And then the decor will follow. But as a cuisine, let's see what you've got. And oh my goodness, we've never looked back. It's, I think, our favorite restaurant from at least most of our clients. It has really, really interesting food. So why don't you tell us a bit about the food you put on to that menu and why, and maybe what's the best seller and why you think that is the case?
Okay, I put, you take one of each country, I mean, most famous food, and then you make it. And I make a favorite of my perivolaris, my friend, and I put perivolo gyros. Gyros is very famous Greek food. But it's very successful. I mean, we have churros from Spain. We have bubble waffle that time 4 years ago.
But anybody can put a gyros on a menu. Anybody can put a bit of pizza. Anybody can. Well, what is the key to making it successful? I mean, you don't just, I know you, so this is a question for everyone else. I mean, you don't just put, okay, I'll put that pasta on and I'll copy what another hotel did next door. How do you put the love and the creativity into it? And what else do you do that makes it different?
At the beginning and continuously, you have to be there. Otherwise, you don't succeed. It's like...
Be there to make sure that everything's being cooked in the right way, or be there to see what the customers want and how they're reacting to it?
Both. And it's like what happened with now in fashion, in hotels, they bring chain from overseas and they do restaurants. Some of them, they succeed, some they don't. And the reason is because, when you are not in the place to check every single thing, you don't succeed.
And what do you think is the success behind chain restaurants? I mean, we can see it now. Many hotels, I often think of it like the bait on the hook. So come and stay in our hotel because we have this famous restaurant here. And sometimes it really works. I know that there was a hotel in London on Park Lane, and my parents used to always book that hotel because of that famous restaurant there. And then other times people are not bothered. The overheads of running that restaurant are very expensive. And maybe, yes, the local market doesn't react as well to that type as possible. What do you think is the key to the success of chain restaurants that work, and maybe the reasons for their failure when they don't?
First of all, to have a chain hotel, you have to have volume. I mean,
a chain restaurant.
Sorry. If you don't have volume and you open, let's say, the most famous restaurant in Cyprus, you don't succeed. It's not value. The reason most of the people they succeed is because they run after him, after the restaurant, and they are always there, or they have somebody who trusts them that they follow the procedures and on the standard recipes. This is the reason you have to be there. Otherwise, you don't succeed, even if you are the best name.
So you have to be there, and you have to have your core team,
and you have to,
your recipes and your values.
And then you have to see the feedback of the clientele or the guests you have.
And how important is your team to you?
My team is my everything. It's like my kids. I mean, without cooks, you can't cook. It's not, even if you are the best chef, you can't do it. You have to support them. You have to teach them every day, every single day, even one thing more. And then you have to have followers. You know, it's because we are the chefs. We are not staying until we die in the hotel. One day we will leave, and we have to have followers to pick up the work.
The reins.
When I was cook C here in this hotel, and we have a chef de partie now, he's a chef in one big hotel. And when he was making sauce, he put that time we make mushroom sauce, and he put the horseradish in his pocket. You know, they didn't used to show to the people. It's because they are afraid of the...
What do you mean he put the horseradish in his pocket? I mean, he was hiding it?
No, he was hiding.
Not to show them what? That he put horseradish in it?
No.
Why? Because people didn't want horseradish?
No. He didn't want to show the cooks how he cooked.
Oh, I see.
Because
he wanted his job security?
No.
That's crazy. That's insane.
1991, 92. But now it's totally different.
So how do you encourage the younger generation to grow and develop and be creative? What's your key then to success, and how you get everybody in on the game?
To be successful chef, you have to be working chef. Otherwise, you don't succeed. If you sit in the office and let the people do the job, you don't succeed. And the most important thing, what I'm telling to my cooks is, you have to love it. Otherwise, you don't make it. Me, myself, I'm working from 1991, split every weekend, every Christmas. And this is the what is the leadership demand? You have to pay for it. And if you love it, you love it. I mean, you do it. But if you start thinking, I leave my family behind and all this, you don't succeed. You have to be concentrated.
You have to be in on it the whole way.
No.
So going back a little bit to my initial question, tell us a little bit more about you and growing up. What was it that inspired you? Okay, you went to study abroad, but why did you decide I'm going to be a chef? And how did you get to that? Because you had quite hard upbringing. I don't want to make you emotional now, but I think everybody would be very interested to know a little bit about your upbringing. You know, you were brought up without necessarily parental influences. And what was it that was then the trigger that made you go into this industry?
Okay, I grew up without, my parents are divorced, and I grew up in welfare houses, 11 years. And then I went to Germany. I used to work and study. And then,
what were you studying in Germany?
Where?
What?
Hotel management.
But why? How did you end up in Germany and studying hotel management in the first place?
I was with one lady from 16, and I wanted to marry her. And then the only reason, actually, Lenny was she is from very famous family.
And this is your current wife we're talking about now. So you started dating your now wife at 16. And she was from, let's say, a wealthier background than you.
And then I thought to myself, you have to study, otherwise you don't marry. I mean, it's not
So she was your inspiration. And but why hotels? Like you could have said, okay, I'm going to go and be an accountant. I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to go and study business studies. There's so many vocational subjects out there that you could have decided to do. How did you decide hotels? How did you then decide chef? And how did you end up in Germany to do it?
Okay, chef, I studied this because I want to satisfy people. It's because when I've been in welfare houses, I didn't like the food. And then I thought to myself, when you grow up, you have to make, and you have to, and when I leave from there,
you have to do better food.
No, you have to, when I leave from the hotels, I will go with, I don't know where, I will take a shop and then I cook for the homeless people. It's because
That's what you'd like to do one day.
No, this is my dream. Slowly. Why hotels? Hotels, I have a very good friend who used to work, who used to be with me. And then he told me he goes to Germany to study hotel management. And then I told him, okay, can I go hotel management and then I become a chef? And then Christos told me, yes, you can do it. Okay, that's why I went to didn't want to go to Cyprus, to be honest with you.
You didn't want to come back after Germany?
No, I didn't want to study in Cyprus. It was only the school in Nicosia at that time. And I decided to go there is because, when you go overseas, you see other things, from...
And how did you go to Germany? How did you get the funding for it? And how did you choose Germany? Because also you had to learn the language. You're fluent in German now.
That time was Germany and England. England was very expensive. And then we chose to go to, anyway, it was Christos and my brother was there. So it was easiest for me to go in Germany. And the first night I went there, I wanted to come back. But I was sitting in the bus station and cry. And that time in Germany, nobody speaks English. And slowly, I used to work there in McDonald's, in Greek Tavern. I do many jobs. Slowly, we finished the school. And then we came in Cyprus. I used to work in London as a trainee for 2 years. And I make an interview with, what's his name? The GM we have, Grigoriou. And then I went there to make an interview as a cook. And Grigoriou told me that time, he asked me how to make a bechamel. And I explained to him, it was my interview. And then, you are good looking, you have to go to front office. I told him, no, I want to cook. And then I apply here, and I came here and make me interview Siegfried Bucher. And the advantage of me, I used to work with 4 foreigner chefs. That's why my knowledge is
vast. It's vast.
It's house. No, the only advice you can give to the younger generation, you have to sacrifice many things to become a good chef. And you have to love it. And my motto is, something you don't eat, you don't give to the customer.
And is it worth it?
If you ask me, end of the day, if you ask me if I will make it again, the answer is yes, but not inside for many reasons. It has nothing to do with hoteliers, and yes, it's worth it. You become, let's say, famous. I'm very humble. I don't care for this.
It's a rewarding job. You mean you get recognition?
No, you give satisfaction to the guests, to the owners, it's not an easy job anyway. You have to be, this is it.
And how and why have you stayed in the same hotel for so many years?
Good question. This is an interview today. And it has nothing to do with you or with your father or whatever. It's my character like this. If somebody gives you the opportunity and gives you a job and you are happy, and if you pass what I pass in my life, you have to be respect and you have to be loyal. You know better than me. I have many opportunities to live. I'm here 35 years. I went a few interviews, not on to... it's
to
good,
see,
you know,
to see what else is out there. Have a look.
But if I leave from here, I will never go in other place to work. Maybe I go as a consultant to my uncle.
Does it go deeper than that? In that maybe growing up without the most secure environment, you felt secure here? Because
No, it has nothing. I think has to do with you love the people. They give you the opportunity to be who you are now. And I mean, it's not fair, you know, one day, whatever happens, you give up and you know better. This year is the most difficult year in
my goodness.
in the hotel industry, not in this place also.
Everywhere. 2022 has just been, we thought 2020 and 21 were bad, but this is.
And one day you leave and you have to be respected. And I'm always I respect every single person. And I told you many times, if I leave from here, I will tell you 1 year before. Next year I'm leaving. We have to bring somebody to follow. You have to respect.
Well, you're part of the family for us, so, and you know that.
Whatever happens, you have to pay the price.
So tell us more about your food and your creations, because we have so many different restaurants in this hotel. Everything from our newest addition, which is the Golden Monkey, authentic Thai cuisine. We have the street food that we've mentioned before. We have Sailor's Rest, which has been here and is quite well known in Limassol. We have the first vegan hotel restaurant. I mean, we have done so many things, and that's not including the buffet restaurants and Alagadi, which is our Cypriot restaurant, and so many things. How is it to run all these different restaurants and balance it all? And also, which is your favorite?
My favorite is vegan.
Is the vegan?
Vegan, street food.
Oh, we're doing it in order now. Okay.
Nah.
So we've got Seashells Vegan Restaurant, Splash Street Food Edition.
Vegan, you know why?
Because I'm sitting here.
No. It was for me challenging, you know, when you come to me 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
We do vegan restaurant and then, oh, this is shit. And
she has lost it. That is it. I'm off.
And then I try to understand, you know, it's not, before 5 years, nobody knew about
veganism. And definitely not in Cyprus. I mean, we are the land of souvla and souvlaki and halloumi and, oh my goodness.
I'll make another podcast in Nicosia and I spoke about vegan. And then I make a menu and then you send it to me back 10 times. And then I said, okay, Elias, you have to read and make it.
Think outside the box. And isn't that when you went to London, didn't you?
No, London, we opened it softly. And then
did we send you to London to go and check out?
I went to Vegan Festival.
Yeah.
And guys, my kids are helping me a lot. And London. If you want to be a chef, you have to travel. Otherwise, you sit in my days off. I'm always on Netflix. Yesterday I saw one documentary was straight for 5 hours. You have to read and you have to learn. Now, okay, vegan's big thing. Big. I go to Rick. Anyway, I have to go again.
Rick is our national channel for anybody listening to this who's not living in Cyprus.
And I think in 20 years, it's going to be, not 20, in 10 years. It's like this year we have...
You mean veganism in 10 years is going to be?
They say that in 20 to 30 years, the whole planet will be vegan. Is what they say.
I hope so.
But if you see how fast it's growing this thing, it's it's scary, no? If you are in a hotel.
And your personal voyage with veganism has been quite interesting because you also went off eating meats.
I don't eat.
Yeah.
I eat when I eat.
Yeah. And you have to try your food and make sure everything.
I try the food, but
yeah. But for the most part, you're pretty much plant-based now.
Why I went vegan, I will tell you the story. One day when we are in Thailand in 19... No,
We went in
2019.
it was 19 January. 19, yeah, it's just before I got pregnant with Marissa, yeah.
Okay.
So just to let the listeners know, so we went to Thailand when we said we were going to open a Thai restaurant. We, again, were thinking about joining and bringing a franchise over or a chain. And then we decided to do it ourselves. We've now got this beautiful restaurant called the Golden Monkey. And Elias and 3 members of his team went to Thailand for a month to do a very intense and specialized Thai cooking course. And I also went for 3 days. None of us told anyone. We didn't post things. We didn't do anything because we didn't want anybody in the local market copying what we're doing. So we kind of all ended up in Thailand incognito. And then I went and quickly found all the authentic decoration that is used now in the Golden Monkey, including this huge Buddha that was bought from this Buddha factory. And Elias, ended up there for a month with his team.
Now we met.
Living. We crossed over one night.
And then one day, imagine you send your chef 30 years experience to go in Thailand in school. So I went, and it was very interesting. I mean, it was unbelievable experience. And one day we didn't have a school, and then we decided to go to the market. It was unbelievable. They sell fish alive for €1. Well, €1. And the way kill the fish, they knock on his head and then chop it. At that time, I told Andreas, never again. I will not. When we go back, I will never eat fish, meat, or that. And I don't.
So seeing that put you off the whole industry.
The Thailand, big experience. Actually, it's what I told you before. When we make the Thai and we decide to make it a chain restaurant.
Not chain, individual. Oh.
At the beginning,
we said,
we thought, we tried to, and then we said we'll make it ourselves.
Maybe we'll franchise out one day. We'll do it in other countries. We're always up for a challenge, Elia.
And it's to hire people from overseas as a Thai chef or Italian chef or whatever. It's 50-50. You make an interview, maybe they are in front of the computer and answer all the questions. And you have to be very careful. Thank God the chef is very good.
It's very good, and his whole team, because we have 6,
The whole thing is very good.
Chefs from Thailand.
And then you have to find all the ingredients in Cyprus, which is very difficult. Most of them, we brought them from overseas Holland. It's like the vegan before 5 years. Nobody knew what is tofu or what is maca or matcha or whatever. But now everybody's copying everybody. And most of them, they know. Actually.
And your personal journey with veganism, I just want to share that with the listeners, in that when you went vegan or plant-based, after the first year, you went for medical tests, didn't you, to your doctor? And obviously, in your job, your stress levels can be quite high, and your cholesterol and everything else. And I remember you telling me the doctor told you you've never seen such good results.
Before 10 years, I went to the doctor in Kazanjis, and they wanted to give me pills and all this. And I don't take medicine in my whole life. And then when I became vegan and tried to avoid meat and all this stuff, I went again and make an analysis. And then the doctors called me and told me, you have to come from my office. And then I went there and told me, this is your analysis. So I don't know, maybe we make a mistake. No, it was...
Imagine, it changed so much.
My cholesterol was 370, 375. And it was very bad, my good one. And then in cholesterol, you divide these 2 numbers, and then you have you find the risk level of your life. I mean, 5.5, you get a heart attack. It was 7.5 something.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, it helps me a lot. And when we go to RIC, I'll tell you something you don't know.
For the national television station.
the numbers when we make the
Vegan food,
the 2025,
like really high.
not very high. No, and then we have to go again now.
So people are interested in vegan food.
No, it's changing a lot.
Yeah.
This you can see from the numbers what we have this year in the hotel. We have every week 10, 15.
And many people book the hotel because of the vegan options that we have, because we cater for them, because of our vegan restaurant.
No.
And ultimately because of you, Elia, who are cooking.
No, it's because of you. You started. I follow.
We're a team.
You are the mentor.
Effort.
Actually, it's good. This hotel has something the other hotels they don't have. It has four unique restaurants. One is vegan, the other one is street food, and then Thai food, and then sailors. I mean, in whole island, you can't find this, even in the best hotels. Even in London. You've been in London?
Yeah, have I been in London? I was born in London.
You go to Bow? No.
No, we didn't have a lot of time. So
Next time you go.
Next time. Well, I think we owe a lot to you and all your efforts, everything you've done. And my goodness, you work hard. You're the definition of hardworking, but also as someone who is content and happy and satisfied, and you're smiling, and you do it with so much love, and it shows.
Actually, this job gives me a lot. I've been in multi-food competition. I received 2 gold, 2 silver. I don't remember the medals. Has nothing to do with this. It's the experience, the whole journey. I mean, I was the first food competition in Cyprus was here in Hawaii. And I was working here. Is the first, I sleep in the hotel only once. And this was at that time. I used to work alone in the kitchen. It was the time, 1996, I think, the time we changed from Sheraton to St.Raphael. And I was take a part in a competition, 6 course plated menu. Next thing, then you have to make the food. You put it through the gelatin, and then you go next day. You set up, and then they come the judges and give you the points.
And it's based on everything. So what it looks like, the aesthetics, and also the taste.
And the menu.
Yeah, and the menu. Yeah.
I mean, actually, it's big story how you make menu. And 2:00 in the night came Damiano, used to be in Four Seasons at that time, and asked me, "What are you thinking?" I told him, "Tomorrow I will receive gold medal." And then we went there, and this category was me, Four Seasons, and Meridian. I won the gold medal.
Never doubt it. That's the three best hotels, definitely at the time in Limassol.
I used to be General Secretary of the Cyprus Chefs Association. Then I left.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's many things you don't know.
We'll have to do a whole series of podcasts on this.
And actually, the most difficult thing I make is Thai and vegan.
It was definitely challenging.
It's very difficult. I mean, to open a restaurant from the scratch, especially vegan, and then you don't sleep 2 weeks.
I can remember, and I know.
Anything else? I have 2 kids. They are in England.
Right. So we have, the tradition here, which is to you are going to be asked a random question, which has come from a load of questions that we put together from the team. So I'm just going to randomly pull this one out of the hat, so to speak, and ask you, your question is, what is your favorite book?
My favorite book?
Favorite book. I guess it could be any book in the world. So it could be a recipe book. It could be a novel. It could be a motivational, anything, story.
All the books, all about food. You saw my office.
So you don't have one, well, I've seen how many you've got. You don't have one favorite book, maybe one favorite recipe book?
Plant Lab.
Plant Lab.
You have it. I gave it to you.
Did I give it back? No, I've got to give it
No
back.
chance.
Okay.
Take it as a present.
No. I have 2 at home. And I know that I've got 2 at home I have to give you.
A plant
We
lab.
keep swapping recipe books.
A plant lab is because...
Is that the one with all the beautiful pictures?
No.
One side
You
is the
know why?
pictures and then
You know why? It's
tell them.
because these people, they take the vegetables and the fruits and they put the vegan cooking to the next level. You saw it?
Yeah. How creative it is.
No. It's very good. Very good.
You want to say anything else?
I want to say, do whatever you love. Always.
Very wise
With
words.
passion.
With passion. Elias, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for everything always. And if you are listening, do come and try Elias's amazing food at St.Raphael Resort in Marina. He's here. He always loves coming out to see all our guests, have a chat with everyone, find out what type of food they like and they want to eat. And he's happy to tailor make anything for them, let alone the amazing weddings that you do. So thank you, Elia, for everything. Thank you everyone for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.